Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. It's Michael Zuber, one rental at a time. This is an hour that we give to you each week, or at least most weeks, that we kind of answer your questions. A couple of quick thoughts as people join. First and foremost, if you do want to ask me a question, do me a favor, put it in the comments or chat early. The last 6 to 8 weeks or so, I have unfortunately not been able to get all of the questions. Second, today's video is going to be a little bit shorter. I have a very important 9 a.m. Zoom call with all of my students, and I don't want to be late. I want to make sure I'm ready and measured. It is my intention to, once again, give away the deep dive to YouTube University. My intention is to record it, download it, and upload it for all of you at 7 p.m. Pacific today. So if you're not a student of mine, don't worry. You're not going to miss anything. It's not my intention to do that. I do this with my students, frankly, so I can keep out the clowns and the haters, the trolls. But again, my intention is to give it away. So hopefully you like that. So 7 o'clock tonight, Pacific, it'll be there for you. It'll probably be somewhere between 60 and 90 minutes. We are going to do the deep dive on the 50, 40, 10. I've asked my students to come in with all their questions. My hope is we answer all of them. We'll do some, we'll play, how do you pitch? How do you talk? All of those things. We'll talk about my mailers because, again, how do you find these? Well, I create mailers or postcards, and I send them out to owners who don't have it listed, right? I'm going to send a postcard to everyone that has 60% equity that owns a duplex through a quad. We're going to do that. We're going to hit that list twice. Where does the list come from? PropStream. PropStream has been on my channel. They gave a trial away, which I use. And I think it's 850 odd names. We're going to hit that list twice. And if that works, we will go bigger, right? I'm doing a test case. This test case probably cost me $1,000. And, if we get 2 or 3 phone calls and talk about 2 or 3 deals, it's great. I'm doing this, and, I will do this also on the MLS. Yes, I've also just, again, keep giving away. I bought an extra 1,000 cards that I'm having mailed to me directly. So I'll have them in the office and show you what the finished product looks like. And, just helping you think bigger, think better. I think the housing market is clearly going to crash as far as transactions. I know lots of you don't think a crash in transactions is a big deal. I think you are greatly mistaken. A crash in transactions to the tune of 50%, like I'm calling from peak to trough, is going to dent GDP. It is. You guys don't realize that the housing market collectively, let's just call it 15% of GDP. Gross domestic product. Let's call it 15 for a round number. 15% of GDP is something to do with housing. And if we lose the engine of transactions, if we lose the engine, the money from refis, trillions of dollars, that's the Fed sucking liquidity out of the market. I really think, and I haven't heard anybody else talk about this, so I might be the first again. And being first, you either look smart or you look foolish, and that's okay. It happens to me every day. I think it's going to hit GDP. I think the housing crash in transaction is going to be so bad and so fast. I think it will. I think it absolutely will dent GDP. Now, nobody will talk about that. Probably, like Diana Olick on CNBC might talk about that in Q4. We might have Mohamed El-Erian. We might have, I forget his name, Larry Summers. We might have Jamie Dimon. They may talk about it in Q3, late Q3. I'm talking about it here in late Q2. I think it's really going to hit GDP. It's going to be bad. Then we have markets cracking. I don't know if you saw my daily financial news this morning, but Brian Lebo sent me a text, all caps. Zuber, in 48 hours, Las Vegas has added 278 more homes. Now, without context, that probably means nothing to you. But Brian Lebo in his Wednesday video talking about Las Vegas, the party is over, talked about the last 7 days adding 408 homes. And we just did 278 homes in 2 days. The party's over. Now, again, that doesn't mean a crash in prices. People should not hear when I talk about the party is over. It doesn't mean a crash in prices. Certainly doesn't mean an imminent crash in prices. Housing moves so much slower than all of that. Any real degradation in the overall market of Las Vegas is probably 6 months out. We're going to go through lots of pain, though. There will be some sellers who write great deals, do seller financing. Look at this, my marketing. There's a big red button, folks. It's called a housing crash. You've probably seen it on YouTube. You know what? I'm putting it in my marketing. Housing crash coming. We're still buying. Now this is cut off because I don't know why the printer didn't work, but call my team, blah, blah, blah. I don't think a housing crash in price is coming, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to use it in marketing. So yeah, and then lastly, I think there are some markets. I've talked about Boise forever. Vegas has always been the canary in the coal mine. I think it's dead, right? The canary's dead. We're going to see what happens in Vegas. Very boom bust, service based. We're going to see. But again, any price degradation is a 2023 problem. And again, it's likely not the country. Case Shiller comes out on Tuesday, I think. FHA on I think they're both on Tuesday. So, we'll see. So it's going to be very interesting. So let's say hi to everyone. Again, I like to do this. If you get in early, I like to call you out, say hi. Better Home Rental, good morning. Tamika, good morning. Tom, good morning. Michael, the Zoom link wasn't uploaded in Teachable or email. To me, that's right. You're not on. So I will send it. How would I think you sent me email before, so I will send it. It was sent in Teachable. It was put in the Facebook group last week. I will take an action to send it to you. I'm going to end this video early so I can get to any last minute people. So you'll have it, Tamika, in about 42 minutes. Question, when will it be time for 52 houses in 52 weeks creative financing for great deals? I think that wasn't that Dolph? What was his name? Dolph Roth? There's a book by that, I think, as Jeffrey, I don't think a lot of people know, but there's a book by that title. Yeah, I don't know. Soon, probably 2023 would be my guess. I think a lot of stuff will reset. I think the economy has, I think unemployment doubles. I think then it's really time to go shopping. It's time to learn today, which I'm doing, and hopefully all of you are. But yeah, it's going to be good. Romy, good morning. How are you? I didn't ask him about Lake Mead. You know what? I will ask him right now and see if he's by his phone. Brian, there we go. Let's ask him. Lake. Oops. Let's see if he responds while we're still live. Mead. Am I spelling Mead? Yeah, Mead. Disaster. I don't know. I just sent him a text at 8:09. Let's see how good our friendship is. Brian, remember, I gave you Warriors tickets to the Lakers, so help me out. We'll see what happens. Good karma. Jeffrey, are large more than 8 units in trouble? Mortgage transactions, loan to variable ratio decreasing, interest rates rising. Yeah, they're starting to show pain. As I've said for a while, a lot of that pain won't show up until the lending blows up, which, some of these have bridge debt, which is 1 or 2 years. So I think a lot of pain with existing transactions is delayed. I'm hearing about almost daily about deals not closing. I heard about a deal on a 50 unit where the investors walked from a 50K EMD because the financing changed and they were past their window for that. I think deals are blowing up right now. So what will happen in the short term is we're having price discovery. I think what's happening right now in 8 units and above is new price discovery. And let's be clear, I'm seeing some syndicators who don't realize that the market shifted and they're still overpaying. But the good ones have already throttled back. I've had Rod Khleif on a couple of weeks ago. He talked about retrading deals because interest going up 0.5 point. That's what you should do. If you're taking other people's money and you're not being a good operator, shame on you. Just shame on you. So yeah, I think currently we're repricing, and I think Rod said he's seen a 10% drop already. His words, not mine. It's in the interview. You can go listen to it. I think the real pain is a year to 18 months out. I think if you have relationships with banks, especially small banks in your cities, it's time to reach out and take out their, take them out to lunch, see what's going on, because their loan book of commercial stuff, I think it's going to get pretty iffy. I have relationships with 2 banks in Fresno that I think I've talked to like once a year for the last 5 years. I'm going to probably be talking to them once a quarter. Because again, the pain's not here today, but believe me, we all see it. The people that I'm talking to, they lived through the last crash. I bought deals from them last time. We're going to start talking again. Yeah, so I think so. Good morning, Jeremy. Good morning. How are you? All putting together another 4-2 Airbnb in Indiana, already rented until October. Stay thirsty, my friends. Have fun. Congratulations. Where in Indiana? That's a big state. I don't know anything about Indiana, but wish you all the luck. Good luck, good luck, good luck. Oh, deep dive idea. Using your retirement dollars, 401k to acquire additional real estate, pay your future self-interest, grow your real estate. Oh, that's interesting. I would need to find an expert I trust, but I'm sure we could. 401k for investments. I took that action item. We'll have to find somebody I trust to talk about the details and not try to sell us stuff. Yeah, I can do that though. Anna, good morning. How are you? Ultimate Bargains. Stutter. I must have stuttered. I'm sorry. Thoughts on Roe v. Wade, effect on real estate, movement of people, different states? I don't know. I think it's way too early. I think it's a raw emotion. And anytime there's raw emotion involved, at least in the short term, it's probably not the time to make decisions. I think, it's obviously, it will certainly impact some people at the margin, I would anticipate. I don't know if you guys know this, but there was a 3-year period in the 70s. I think it was 72, 73, 74. It might have been 71, 72, 73. It's something I read 3 months ago when all this stuff happened, right? That leak. So I read this months ago. So this is all memory, which my memory is not as good as it used to be. There was a 3-year period or 2.5-year period where there were some states that allowed it and others didn't. So we actually have historical precedent on what happened. And I have to go find that article. Yeah, so I think there's a 3-year period we can all go look at. Again, it's the 70s. Man, everything's the 70s. 70s sucked. Man, 70s sucked. Yeah. So I don't know. No opinion yet. Not enough data. But lo and behold, Brian just responded. So let's see what he has to say. Let's see. All points. So this is Brian Lebo's words, not mine. This is what I sent him. Brian, thoughts on Lake Mead disaster? Real problem or not? That's what I sent him. He replied, all points lead to a no problem, but I'd be lying if I wasn't skeptical or concerned. Let's be honest. What are the odds this will turn around? I don't see it, although the peak level was 2003. Seems like we required Noah's Ark level rainfall for 5 years to replenish. The majority, 75%, I believe, goes towards agriculture. Again, I know nothing about Lake Mead other than what I see, but that's Brian Lebo. I think it was Ultimate Bargains that asked. So there you go. Catherine, good morning. How are you? Invest to Wealth, good morning. Nathan, good morning. Cash flow day one, fixed rate debt, only write great offers, hold yourself accountable, make each deal better than the previous. That is very well said. Good morning, Zuber and everyone. Hey, Chester, how are you? Wade, good morning. Dion, good morning. Oh, remember to turn on my subscribe light. Thank you. I paid for this damn thing. Might as well turn it on. Thank you. I forget. Thank you. Appreciate it. Got it. You got it. Ready for Zoom at top of the hour. Yep, me too. Yeah, there he is. Dolph DeRuse. Yeah. If you don't know what that is a reference to, that was a question earlier about 52 deals in 52 deals in 52 weeks. I read that book. It's a thin book, as I remember. Basically, creative finance 101 ninja level stuff. I got to tell you, when I read that book, God, when did I read that book? I don't know. I want to say like 2004, 2005. I got to tell you, I didn't understand half of it. I mean, I understand the words, I understand the logic, but I'm like, I don't get it. What is this guy doing? It's crazy. But maybe I should go back and read it because I think we are, yeah, it'll be interesting. Which gurus do you see going bust? I don't know. That's not something I'm putting on. I'm not answering that question on a mass video. But there will be some, and they will be spectacular. It happens every time. Yeah. It'll be fun to watch, though. Do you think you will purchase a second home at some point and Airbnb it when not using it? Honestly, no chance. I have no chance. I have no interest in letting. I don't like. I don't have. No, I'm not going to let the public into my house, my space. Are you kidding me? That's why I would never rent my car. Is it Turo? Is that what it is? Yeah. No chance. I'm not into the sharing economy or whatever that's called. Not my thing. I know my car sits idle 90% of the time, but you're not driving my car. I don't trust people, frankly. Most people suck. No, not happening. Not for me. I'm lucky enough to be in a position where I don't have to. I get it. But you asked the question, so no chance. Good morning. How is April Crosley pivoting? I talked to April 60 days ago or so. I haven't talked to her recently. I'll ask her, actually. I will ask her. You know what? We tried Brian already. Let's try. Hey, somebody sent me $20. What are you guys doing? Jerba. Wow, $20. Thank you. You don't have to do that. I appreciate it. Let me ask your question. Michael, never invested before, but I don't want to miss the housing correction. I have a job, 780 credit, no debt, 100K in cash in hand. I live in Florida. Will your program cater to beginner investor? That is exactly what my course is. There are many course members in this live stream. I would ask them to reply to this comment. Tamika, Jeffrey, I mean, there's so many of you on this. I'm drawing a blank. Why don't you reply and tell them how the course helped you? So I think you would be, frankly, a fool not to buy it if that's the situation because it's made for you. But yeah, let's see what they have to say. So hopefully everybody else sees that are students and they reply to this. Can I tell if it's a guy or a girl? I can't. No he's or she's. But yeah, I think so. I think it's the best out there. So yeah. How do I get rid of it now? Okay, I've answered the question. How do I get rid of it? Oh, there we go. All right. And folks, I appreciate the super chats or whatever they're called. If you happen to send me one like that question, I'll answer it because, again, you sent money, but you don't have to do that. That's not why I did them. I turned on super chat for one reason. A YouTube expert told me, turn on super chat. It gets you higher in the YouTube algorithm. That's why I did it. Let's be very clear. So back to April Crosley. Let me see if I can text April and ask her, let's see if she's pivoting. All right, one sec. I can't guarantee you this will work because she's different hours ahead of us, but let's try. Brian worked quickly, so let's see if April works. If not, I will reach out to her. So, all right. I sent it off. We'll see what she says, if she says. Las Vegas, yeah, the water problem blew all the way down in November. I don't know what that means. Buy high, sell low. I don't know what that means. You're welcome, Tammy. I appreciate it. Chester, do the work. Yep. We have what's called the third straw. It's below the dam's lowest inlet point. When the water starts going down, the Colorado to California will still have water. I don't know what that means. This must be about Lake Mead, which, again, no information, nothing. I can only tell you what Brian, a Las Vegas native, said. What other financing vehicles do you consider out of a primary owner occupancy loan and DCR loans? I do private money a lot, and I'll probably do a lot more of it, and then seller financing. Heaton, you're very welcome. Your 30-year-old son noticed subscribe sign was off. Oh, I love him. Which one is it? Well, I have no idea. We can make it flash. I don't know. I think 3-year-olds like it when it flashes. Anyways, sorry. I have fun. I enjoy my life. Is it a bad idea to refi and buy an Escalade? Come on. Come on. You're setting me up. That might be one of the stupidest ideas I've ever heard. Oh, thank you, Chester. 1970 to 72 is the time where there was some states that did this or that with abortion. So again, we don't have to guess what's going to happen. We have real evidence of what's going to happen. So opinions don't matter when you have data. So we need to go back and look at 70 to 72. School vouchers may have an impact on real estate. I'm guessing we're talking about food, lunch programs. That's a big deal. That's a huge deal. If you don't know my story, everybody, I think when they get to some point has their charity. For mine is food banks. This channel, all these amazing people, students, experts, myself, we sent out 15 grand to a food bank a couple months ago. We collectively, this channel, 100,000 meals. I think it was they sent me a card, like 101,043 meals or something, because of this channel, because all of you, because of our experts. So yeah, the school voucher, if you're talking about foods, which I assume you are, dude, big deal. And food inflation is bad. Lumberjack, morning, hit that like button. Thanks. I appreciate it. I appreciate that. Insurance migration and relocation, medium, large size families, the region, no vacancies, just logistical niche. Cool. That's awesome. Yeah. Cars in the 70s. I still remember my parents driving this big white steel Oldsmobile. It's horrible. No seatbelts in the back seat. That's how old I am. No seatbelts in the back seat. Collins, good morning. Love the channel. Real quick, my sister has a condo in some city in New York. I'm begging her to sell it ASAP. No avail. I think that's availability. I even offered to sell it for her. Any advice? Thanks, man. Again, it's hard for me to tell. Is that is she living in it or is it a rental? Because if she's living in it, where's she going to go? Second, New York. Again, I don't know where LI is. I guess that's Long Island, probably. I'm guessing. New York seems pretty strong. Rents are way up. So, I mean, where's she going to go? So I don't know. Again, I don't know the numbers. If your sister, I said sister, right? Yeah, sister. I mean, let's just play this out. I don't have a lot of data, but let me just play devil's advocate. Let's assume she lives there. Let's assume she has 30-year money at 2.4%. And she wants to stay in Long Island. Why the hell should she sell? Selling would probably be the worst idea ever. Okay, great. She picks up, I don't know, 100 grand in cash and she sold at the top. Well, congratulations. She's now competing in a stupid rental market where she starts losing money every year. And of course, she's waiting for the bubble and all of this crazy nonsense, which may never show up in Long Island. Timing the real estate market when you have 30-year debt. Again, I'm making wild ass assumptions because you didn't give me a lot, but man, it could be a good idea. It also could be a disaster. Yeah, I don't know. Without access to MLS, where can you find residential 4 units online? No, fourplexes, tris, and duplexes are residential properties most often listed in the local market. You don't have to overthink it. In fact, LoopNet is where deals go to die. They're too expensive. It should be your local market, right? Like, for example, when I was starting out, I don't know if they still use it because now I have other agents, but way back in 2002, there was a site called FresnoHomes.net. What was FresnoHomes.net? It was some real estate agent who put a web GUI on top of their MLS access, and I could use his page to look. Now, I couldn't get all the fields, but I could figure out the fourplexes. Yeah, so even way back in 2002, with no access to the MLS, I went to what was, and again, I don't know if it still works, FresnoHomes.net, and I used his search every day for 3 years. It was amazing. It's a 2022 Escalade, all the bells and whistles. I don't give a rat's ass what it is. I don't care if it's a flying car. This is not a time to this is a time to conserve cash. Don't increase your monthly nut. But you know what? You're an adult. If you want to do something stupid, go be stupid. It's awesome. Take a picture, flex, enjoy filling up the tank. Hey, I did it. I bought a $50,000 car when I made 35 grand. I bought a $100,000 car or more in my life. So, hey, I've done stupid things. You want to be stupid? You don't need my permission. Go nuts. YOLO. Good time to buy a fully turnkey home at a discount below asking. I don't know your buy box, but I certainly wouldn't offer above asking. I wouldn't even offer asking. Learn your buy box. I think anybody who looks at their buy box less than 90 days is foolish. Buy box. Until you can tell me average, James, you're not supposed to write an offer. If you don't spend 90 days to learn average in your market, whether it's turnkey or a dump, you don't have my blessing to write an offer. Do the freaking work. Stop guessing. Stop gambling. Yeah, no good. Good morning, Zuber. Is it safe way to flip or burr this year? I'm not doing either. I am not doing either. Can you make lease rent contract legally make the resident include small repairs? I don't know what small repairs mean. I think I don't know if it's still there, but way back when, because I haven't read my leases forever, because again, I have a property manager. And again, you should consult an attorney because I'm sure every state is different. I think for some time, we called out a couple of things that were tenant responsibility, like changing light bulbs. Right? We were explicit. I don't know if it's still there. But we did, these were for houses. I don't think we did them for apartments. But yeah, we called out a few things. I don't know if it's legal. I would have to ask my property manager. That's why I have a property manager. So they can do those things. Yep. Do I see Airbnb or VRBO going bankrupt? No, I do not see the companies going bankrupt. I see plenty of investors who are in Airbnb and VRBO losing their ass, but I do not see the companies. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure the three amigos are awesome people. We may Yeah, we may do it. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, please hit the like button, subscribe. The biggest thing you could do for me is share the channel, like share the daily financial news, share the videos. We got to get this like vortex of activity. Because again, I just keep it real. I'm not trying to, market fear or anything. I think the next 2 years are about getting wealthy. Um, yeah, that's really nice of you. With commodity prices coming down and consumer sentiment being bad, do you think we might reach peak inflation finally? No. I think inflation goes up next month. I think the next 3 months, Sean, sometime in the next 3 months, knock on wood, hope, pray, smoke signals, smoke the peace pipe, whatever it is, good karma. I think peak inflation is somewhere in the next 3 months. My wild ass opinion, or my wild guess. Yeah. Chester, one rental at a time works is worth its weight in gold. Thank you very much. That's the course name in case you're interested. Purchased a course despite 8 years of experience, organized approach, identify great deals, 100,000% rocks. I bought it when it was 200. Now it's 320. It's the lowest price compared to what you get. Thank you. Yes, the prices are crazy. Only write great deals. Exactly. On sharing economy, I rented out a parking spot in my driveway for 135 bucks a month. I'm looking at buying tough sheds for 1,500 and throwing them on the backyard for rents. Yep, people are doing that. Yep. The course is designed for high wage W-2 working professionals. Yep. Do the work. Perpetual puppy. Oh, I like that. Thank you. You have found success with the program and building. Yeah. Few millions in private funding. Only issue is I'm not allowed to lose a single dollar, minimum 15%. You have no luck in Miami. It's okay. Not only that, but has saved me time and provided more focus. I like it. Corey asked a question with some swear words, so YouTube graded out. I'm not really sure what that's about, but I'll answer the question because I think it's fair. Basically, the question was, hey, if the economy really tanks, will the Fed drop rates down to 4%? So, Corey, I think you're talking about the 30-year rate. The Fed doesn't control the 30-year rate. The Fed hasn't raised any rates to 4%. So I think you're talking about the 30-year mortgage rate. Those are banks. The Fed controls the front end, the Fed funds rate. Banks add margin on that and future expectations. So I think what you're asking me is, do I see mortgage rates going to 4% again? Could they go there? Sure. Will they go there? No idea. My 22-year investing career, rates have been between like 4.75 and 7.5 for most of that time. I think that's the natural rate, right? Natural inflation's around 2%. You add on top of that little margin. Frankly, I got to tell you, I hope, if the 30-year mortgage rate was to get to 4% or under, the economy truly has to tank. And I don't want to see that. I don't want to see 10% unemployment. I don't want to see negative 5, 6, 7% GDP. That would cause so much pain to so many. I don't want to see it. And so could it? Sure. Will it? No idea. No idea. Thank you. You think I'm incredible? Yeah, I have 2 books. I actually like my books in hard copy, so they're actually available cheaper in paperback, but I like how they feel. So my first book, One Rental at a Time, nearly 1,000 reviews on Amazon. Thank you for everybody who wrote one. If you haven't written one, can you write one today? I would love to see over 1,000 reviews. I think we're like at 931 or something. I look almost every day. So this is important to me. If you want to give back, here's the way you can give back. This book was written for me. Actually, this almost never existed. I wrote this as a somebody who retired early, as a way to look back. As I admit in the book, it's something I didn't do during the journey. It was a huge mistake. So this one was for me. This second book was for you. Something I've done over the last 3 years is talk to amazing people with amazing stories. So you get 15 different conversations with millionaires in this book. April Crossley's in this book. Meet Kevin's in this book. Greg Dickerson's in this book. Jason Pritchard's in this book. Chris Williams is in this book. I'm just going from memory. There's Jim Ingersoll's in this book. I don't know. I'm drawing a blank. There's lots of great people in here. This one I wrote for you. My story works, full-time employee, blah, blah, blah. This one, single mom, burn the bridges, quit your job, flippers, Burr. Yeah. So this one's for you. Both are on Amazon. Amazon's my publisher. One word to the wise, never put pictures in your book. Once you put pictures in your book, Amazon charges you an arm and a leg. I make less on this book, just so you know, than this one, but this one costs a lot more because I made the mistake of including pictures. I wanted to highlight my experts. My experts give me an hour of their day each week. So I put a picture of each of my experts in here. That raised the cost of this book significantly. So lesson learned. There we go. Can you get a better deal by buying cash to finance the project once it is making money? Again, you can. Will you? I don't know. Again, in my first book, One Rental at a Time, I talk about how I didn't use my cash correctly in the beginning. I should have bought turnkey and didn't. I bought junk because I didn't appreciate make ready. But if you do the math, some people do. It was certainly a lot easier 2 years ago, but it can happen. If you buy the right deal, get the right price, have the right team, can work. Yep. Following Michael's service helped me purchase 4 great deals, cash flowing in less than 16 months. Tamika, you're awesome. I just joined a course, waiting on the Facebook group approval for 50, 40, 10. Okay. Steve, I will get you there. I'll be done with this in about 12 minutes. So that's Stephen C. Stephen C. Okay. The third straw is a massive tunnel that was dug under the lake and its lowest point. It is much lower than the Lake Mead Dam. I don't know what that is. Oh, hit the like button. Thank you. Yep. Hey, Johnny, how are you? Yep, 15 Conversations with Real Estate Millionaires. Yep, that book hasn't taken off yet, but I think the second book, I hope this doesn't sound odd, and as the author of both books, it probably does sound odd. I think the second book is far more valuable. One Rental at a Time, amazing, very helpful, but it was a very small niche of people. The second book, 15 Conversations with Millionaires, man. I don't think when I wrote that book, I spent a month putting together a list of 15 people, maybe more than a month, maybe 5 weeks. That book, you're not supposed to like all 15 chapters. You're supposed to find 3 or 4 and read them over and over and over and over and over again. Yeah, that's how I would have done it. Turo is not that bad. I didn't say Turo was bad. I'm saying I'm a selfish human being who doesn't want anybody to drive his car but me. It wasn't a shout out at Turo. It was a realization that I ain't sharing my stuff with anybody. That's what that was. Oh, school choice vouchers in Arizona? Yeah, I don't know. No, I don't know. I don't know what that means. It does apply to my course works across the world. You're going to have to, your financing is very different, right? 5, 7, 10-year arms. But the process of learning market, buying a deal, calculation, networking, it's blocking and tackling. I've had people in Australia, New Zealand, Japan, Asia, Europe, Canada, Mexico. I'm sure people in South America, although I don't remember any. Yeah, it works all over the world. Real estate investing is a pretty consistent. Certainly, learning a market is consistent. Yes. Yeah. Okay. And the higher interest rate and later refis lower 2 years in Jersey City. Look. So I don't know. Again, I only buy great deals, only stuff that cash flows today. I don't bet on financing. I see a little betting on financing. Can you guarantee that rates will be lower in 2 years? I can't. Can you guarantee rates will be lower in 5 years? I can't. I don't bet on financing ever. Planning for lower financing in the future is recipe for doing a bad deal today. You should never beat up your spreadsheet to make a bad deal look good. So could it work? Sure, could work, but rates could also double. I have no idea where they're going. Are you making a deal? Yeah, I keep telling you guys, I am spending thousands of dollars marketing to owners that don't have listings. Folks, I tell you every day what I'm doing. I'm spending over $1,000 mailing to owners with 60% equity that their properties aren't listed. You bet your ass I'm getting more creative. I'm spending real money on this stuff. I'm really trying to do this thing. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not doing Turo. No, thanks. No, I have a really nice car. I'm not letting some idiot stomp on the V8 twin turbo and do something stupid. Not happening. No, thanks. Oh, sanity. That's a fair question. Basically, do I see national rent control? So I've talked about this a couple of times. A lot of the mistakes of the 80s were what's called price controls. Price controls never work. Never work. They feel good for a moment. They're politically expedient, but they never work, ever. In fact, there was an economist, I wish I had the quote somewhere written down, but basically said there's only one way to destroy a city faster than rent control. Think about that. There is only one way to destroy a city faster than rent control. Any idea what the answer is? The answer is to bomb it. Okay, I get it. Bombing a city destroys it faster than rent control, but that should tell you something. So I'm obviously not a huge fan of price controls. I think it'd be a huge mistake. Do I see it happening? Actually, at this point, no. If you were to ask me 3 months ago, I probably would have said yes. The reason I say no today is at this point, I think there's enough politicians worried about the November elections that there is no chance that this happens. No act of Congress will get this done. Could the president do an executive order? I guess. But given, yeah, yeah, I mean, it certainly could happen. It could. It absolutely could. But I don't see it. I mean, hopefully that answered your question. My shirts. Yeah, I don't know if you. Again, I like color. I just like color. It makes me happy, right? I look at a like I wear black turtlenecks sometimes. It's just like dull. But these, I actually went out shopping and bought a bunch of colorful shirts. There's a designer I like, Robert Graham. His stuff's not cheap, but when I find a Robert Graham, especially a Robert Graham limited edition that has enough color, I'll pick them up. So I bought some recently. Thank you. Yeah, there's not a lot of good things going on in our economy today, Anthony. Do I think property taxes will drive more inventory? Yeah, some. Yeah, I think property taxes, like, I can't tell you how many people told me to invest in Texas. Oh, you're an idiot. Why do you invest in a blue state? You're stupid. Blah, blah, blah. Come to Texas. Come to Texas. Come to Texas. Well, how's that feel today? I know there's people that had monster cash flow that are now negative. So yeah, some of those people might sell. Yeah, that could happen. Yeah, all your loans between 4.5 and 6. Yeah, mine were probably, yeah, I think I said earlier, like 4.75 and 7.5. Yeah. You listen to me every day. That's, yeah. Anybody who listens to me every day, thank you. That's awesome. It's got to be tough, right? I put out a lot of content because I just never know which video will hit differently. And also, I have amazing experts. Like, there's no chance I could do solo content like this every day. But when you have millionaires that will talk to you every week, it's pretty easy. It's this channel is so different. What do we have? 8, 9 millionaires that we talk to every week for you. We do a live stream on Saturdays for you. It's pretty different. Action. I use cash for my reserves. A HELOC is not a reserve. HELOCs get called. I've seen HELOCs get called. Cash is my answer. I got one more question because I'm going to shut it down. I need to get invites to Tamika and Steve C. Any last question? All right. Well, I did what I could. I'm going to get people watching. Yeah, 202 people watching, 82 thumbs up. Yeah, it's funny. All right, guys, thank you very much. I'm going to get going. I'm super excited about this 50, 40, 10 deep dive. I hope it comes out as well as our buy box deep dive. Take care of yourself. We will be back next weekend at 8 o'clock. Bye.